Affectionately referred to as the gateway to Africa, Ghana in West Africa has become the most preferred investment destination for most foreigners. My name is Anyam and this is the Ghanaian Farmer. This week on the Ghanaian Farmer, I am visiting one of the biggest commercial farms that is into orange, pineapple and passion fruit production here in the eastern region, precisely in Asamoah Kesi. My name is Anyam. Get interactive on our social media platform. I'm going for a quick breather. When I come back, the financial director, Johnny, will be seated next to me and telling me more about their brand. Thanks for staying. If you're just tuning in, you're watching the Ghanaian Farmer. My name is Anyam. Thanks for joining me, Johnny.
Anyam, hi.
Nice meeting you finally.
Yeah. Good to meet
How
you
long have we been friends on LinkedIn?
No, we've been probably following each other for 6 to 8 months, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we follow a lot of West African farming interests, and I guess that's the way our roads crossed.
What was that interest for you about what I do on LinkedIn?
I think what we found interesting as a company is we like to look at new things, we like to explore, so we are very curious by nature, and I think that's what struck us about your channel. I mean, you go out there, you go and look what's happening in the world, what's happening in West Africa, what's happening in Ghana around kind of agriculture, and that's, I guess, what kind of interests us. We're always looking for different things, new opportunities.
Formerly it was Pinora and now Sono. Why the change of brand?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, the Pinora name, I don't know if a lot of people know that, but that comes from the combination of a pineapple and orange.
Okay.
So you put the pineapple and orange together, that's how the Pinora name came about. Yeah. Which was apt, that was what the business does, and it's still what we do today. With a rebrand of the entire business a couple of years ago, the group is known as the Sono Group, and we thought it was the right time to rebrand the Pinora business as Sono Ghana. So we have Sono Brazil, Sono Ghana, and we have the export business in the Netherlands.
How long has Sono Ghana been in existence?
Sono Ghana has been here for 15 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
did you start right with passion farming?
No, we didn't start with passion. We started with the pineapple and the oranges.
Okay.
Where we purchased the raw material from smallholder farmers and from a quite large supplier base. Because of the seasonality in Ghana and because we need to diversify our business, we did plant passion fruit over here, a juicing variety, which was very interesting for us.
Okay.
It worked very well, but we were trying to increase the yields, and that's when we ventured into, because we are curious, we're always looking for
researching.
Right. Then we found a Cilicia passion fruit variety, which is unique. It's a premium purple passion fruit.
Okay.
It's new to Ghana.
Right.
And we decided to move into the fresh fruit business.
Okay. So how long were you producing and processing the pineapple and the orange for before adding the passion?
Probably about kind of 11 years, 12 years, quite a long time. Okay,
so are you still doing that?
Yes, we're
the pineapple and the orange?
We're still doing that, predominantly orange at this stage. I think if you took a walk earlier past the factory, you will see the silos full of orange, and the oranges. It's been a relatively good orange season for us.
Okay.
And now as the orange season goes down, we start to focus on the passion.
Okay. So do you work with other orange farmers, or it's solely what you produce on your field that you process?
No, so the orange model is slightly different. There we work with independent buyers and or smallholder farmers.
Okay.
We don't have our own kind of orange crop.
Right.
The passion we have, it's entirely owned and controlled and farmed by us.
Okay. Why Ghana? Why did you choose Ghana? Because West Africa, we have Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, Nigeria, then Ghana. Yeah. Why Ghana? Why was that your preferred choice?
It's a great question. I mean, if you look at, we find from all the West African countries, Ghana is one of the friendliest countries.
Yeah.
It's friendly for investment. We are a free zones company, which kind of comes with its kind of benefits in terms of exports. I guess it's the passion for the people in Ghana. I mean, it is everything that you see here and that you see around you has been built by the people in Ghana. And there is an opportunity. There's a massive farming opportunity in Ghana. I mean, not only on the oranges, but on the passion fruit, as you see behind us, as well as kind of other crops. I mean, we bring in skills from our other business in Brazil over to Ghana.
Okay.
The skills transfer for us is very
important. Right.
To enable the Ghanaians and the Ghanaian economy to flourish.
Exactly. So when you arrived in Ghana, who brought you to the Eastern region? Here. And how did you come by the land? Recently, I interviewed some two gentlemen, father and son, who had relocated from Holland and now in Ghana. They have about 65 acres. The experience they go through or they went through to finally settle on the land they are working on was a tough story. I mean, the experience wasn't so smooth. So how did you manage to settle here? The land, did you buy outrightly or it's a long lease? Tell me about that experience.
So, I mean, I think in Ghana, the land has its kind of complications because of the history behind it, but we respect that. I mean, that is what the first point I need to make.
Right.
I mean, it was a long time ago. It was 15 years ago when the land was acquired. I mean, at that time, it was very different. There was not a tar road all the way here. It was very remote.
Yeah.
But the land we own outright.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
but that was a long time ago.
Right. So orange and pineapple, it's a native fruit for Ghana. Passion is exotic. How were you able to tell that it would do well in Ghana?
Yeah, because it's a fantastic question. I mean, we experimented with kind of different varieties.
Okay.
We experimented with a Brazilian variety, which you use primarily for juice production. That worked extremely well, which we know from the climatic conditions, because Ghana is so tropical, except for the season in the Hamatan where it's very hot, the passion fruits really flourish.
Okay.
It grows incredibly quick, incredibly vigorously. So we've done the trials on that, and we had the data to support that kind of decision, and that's when we went into cultivation of the Cilicia variety, which from our first season last year was very successful in terms of the flowering, the fruits, and the exports.
Okay. Tell me, how many staff do you have under your watch?
So in total,
Yes.
if you take the farm and the factory, we have about 400 staff.
400.
Yeah.
You're creating jobs for over 400 people. Now let's run through the various departments that you have here. If I walk to Sono, what and what do you have apart from the field? What and what happens here?
Yeah, I mean, it is. We spend all of our time now farming, but predominantly after that we've got the factory.
Okay.
Inside the factory, you've got
Yeah.
all the different departments in terms of agriculture purchasing, quality control, production. We have then the back office, finance, and kind of admin. That's all kind of taken care of by our managing director, Mr. Ben Brown, who is doing an incredible job.
Right. Okay. Now, is the target market for what you do here, being it pineapple, orange, passion, is it targeting domestic or foreign market? Which is which?
We predominantly do exports.
Okay.
And our objective is to kind of drive the exports to kind of bring back the foreign currency into Ghana and kind of bring back the investment into Ghana. That's our objective. We do sell within our limits locally, and we're allowed to sell up to 30% locally because we're a free zone entity, and there we do. I mean, we sell some of the passion to ShopRite and Malcolm and the likes, and the rest we export. The juice that we make, the concentrated juice, 95% of that gets exported.
What has been your experience so far working in the agriculture sector? What have you even made an attempt to visit other farms? What have been the experience, the challenges? What do you think we can do to improve the agriculture sector?
Yeah, it's another fantastic question. I mean, yeah, we are, like I said, we are always traveling. We're always looking at the other farms. I think the one thing that strikes us always is the incredible amount of opportunities out here in West Africa, and specifically Ghana, specifically agriculture. I don't think agriculture necessarily is very easy, but it needs investment.
Okay.
And that is the key. I mean, what you see behind us is an investment that we put into Ghana. There are a lot of opportunities out there, and it's whether you focus on a specialized crop such as passion, or if you're talking in kind of broad strokes around the kind of orange business. I think work needs to be done around the oranges in Ghana. The kind of outgrowers need support. The outgrowers need skills. The orange orchards in Ghana has been in decline for the last kind of 10 years. There's an incredible opportunity to revitalize that, but that would require an operating partner such as ourselves, but it would also require investment.
All right, so an insightful conversation ongoing here with myself, Anyam Manye. I call me Ghana's finest farmer, and I'm chit-chatting with the CFO at Sono, and he's telling me all about the Sono story, the journey, the job that they are creating, the investment opportunities. But we'll come back to delve more into the investment bit. There are a lot of you out there who have funding and you're looking for viable opportunities in the agriculture sector to invest your resources. When I come back, he will tell me more about how you can partner or how you can walk into Sono and have discussions on partnership or collaboration. This is the Ghanaian Farmer. My name is Anyam. Get interactive, drop your questions, your comments. Let's hear from you wherever you are. I'll be right back after this break. Thanks for staying. If you're just tuning in, you're watching the Ghanaian Farmer, and I'm chit-chatting with Johnny. He is the CFO here at Sono. So about the investment part, that's what I'm very interested in. There are a lot of corporate people, there are a lot of individuals who have funding, and they're looking for viable opportunities in the agriculture sector. Now let's stress more, or let's talk more about the investment opportunities that Sono is opening for people to come and do with them. What are these opportunities?
I think there are two kind of broad, there are obviously three things for us. The first one is obviously passion fruit. Here we've got the land behind us.
Okay.
We've got additional land that we can invest in around the factory. It's an intensive crop, so it's not something suitable for small outgrower farmers. That'd be the first one. Second one is around the kind of orange opportunity. I think there's an incredible opportunity with the likes of to put investment into old orange orchards, to revitalize them, to do a skills transfer. That's something we are extremely passionate about, and that is something we're actively looking at now with a collaboration with our customers and some of the NGOs to put that farming school and on the orange side back into play.
Okay.
And then I guess the third one is something I guess not a lot of people in Ghana know about, which is acerola,
right?
Which we grow in Brazil, which we've done the trials in Ghana. We've got a trial block here, and it's a plant very suitable for production in Ghana,
right?
And very suitable for an outgrower opportunity.
Okay. All right. Now, what is the average land size can I invest in with Sono? Averagely, if I want to do this partnership with you, what should be the land size?
What you are looking at is probably something 50 acres.
Okay, and above.
And above, yeah.
Okay.
You need a bit of scale, to do it kind of properly on a commercial basis.
Okay. In total, what is your land size?
The land size available around the farm is about 180 hectares, which is 450 acres that we have here. But I think that is where that's where the opportunity is to look at kind of different land plots and different land sizes across Ghana.
What are some of the countries that you export to from Ghana?
So from Ghana, we export to Italy.
Okay.
We export to France. We export to Germany. And we export to the UK and Switzerland.
What has been the feedback from that market to you? is it positive, and how is it enhancing what you're doing?
I think it's incredibly positive. I think what strikes us is that a lot of people don't know about Ghana. They
Yeah.
don't know about West Africa. They find it difficult to believe that you can export the juice from here
Here.
to there. Until they come here and they come and see it, that's when it really hits them that okay, there is a business here. There is something here that you can export. I think that kind of mind shift from the old kind of traditional countries
Yeah.
that have always been very good in agriculture is something that we see and something that we are kind of breaking down that kind of barrier as we're starting to export
Okay.
and become more known.
Right. So apart from the eastern region, which other regions do you think that the fruit you just mentioned and the passion can equally do well, thriving, that I can produce in those regions?
Yeah, I think the one that's obviously because of the water that's close by is something like the Volta region. The Volta region would work very well.
Okay.
Because of the water there and because of the way that the land looks like. Further north you could go as well. I think something like in the kind of Acerola and the passion, we've kind of proven it will work in Ghana.
Right.
We think it can work in various regions.
Would you say that a group of investors from different parts of the country, South Africa, Spain, UK, coming down to invest in Ghana, is it worth it? Your investment, your time, is it worth it?
I think if you get it right, yes, I think it is. It's absolutely worth it. I think it's not just on the monetary side. But
Okay.
the satisfaction of
Right.
kind of building a business in Africa and building a business in West Africa, where there are so many opportunities. It's absolutely worth it.
Okay. Now, about the marketing domestically, how do you go about it? Do people come to purchase from the farm, or you have a delivery van that takes it out there? How does it work?
So we've got very strong logistics and supply chain expertise
Okay.
in the business. That's another thing that makes us unique and makes us strong. I think to be able to operate in Africa, you need to be a strong operating partner that we have. We have an incredible team in the logistics
Okay.
team and the local sales team that manage the logistics for us. They manage the transport to the market, the transport to the port, the exports, as well as the imports back into Europe and EU. So it's quite the work, but
Well structured.
Yeah, you need to be well structured.
Right.
You need to understand how it works. You need to understand how to get your product to market. But like I say, we have been operating here for a number of years,
Yeah.
and that logistical skills is where we are strong. There's little point in producing something and not being able to access the market.
Yeah. If I hear the word, are we okay? Your battery? Shit. All right, that's okay. Also, let's proceed. So, from today, if any other person hears the brand Sono, what should be that message should they have about your brand? What do you stand for?
I think they should think about opportunity, think about innovation, and think about how we please the customer. I think it's about, for us, the customer comes first in everything we do. We try and find solutions to customers. We try and find solutions to suppliers. Sometimes those don't always match, but we try our best to make that happen. I think they need to think about somebody that can execute and somebody that makes a plan to execute.
It's such a joy to me that you and your other team or management are investing in Ghana, believed in Ghana, and would even urge other investors to come to Ghana. But what then do you have to tell the young Africans or Ghanaian who rather is in a hurry to run away from Ghana?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting one. Like for us, it's all about the skills transfer. That's a big part of what we do over in Ghana. It's important for us to bring the skills from our other businesses into Ghana, and that we've done very well on the supply chain side and now just recently on the farming side, as well as the juice production side. I think you need to be hungry to learn. You need to be kind of curious out there, and if you have those attributes, I think you will be very successful, because there's so much opportunity here if you are willing to grab it.
How have you been faring, I mean, living with a community? Because you find yourself in a community. There are chiefs, there are people, they have a lifestyle. People balance the equation for everybody's peace.
Yeah, no, it's another fantastic question. I mean,
Okay.
obviously, it didn't look like this 15 years ago, so a lot has happened around here. But it's about the fairness. It's about working with people, not against them. It's about involving the communities. It's about kind of building the jobs in the communities, which comes back to my point around skills transfer again. I mean, it is so important for us to kind of coexist rather than to fight each other. I think we found a very good medium there, and we have an extremely good relationship with everybody locally in Asamankasi and the rest of the region.
Okay, finally, climate has been a matter of concern. And so farmers, agriculture organizations are being encouraged to adapt climate-smart agriculture practices, crop rotation, and other ways of adjusting and reducing the emission. What are you guys doing differently on your farm?
So, I mean, on terms of the sustainability for us is obviously kind of paramount. I mean, we, from our sister company, we use sustainable packaging material to move that into Europe because it is just more sustainable. And our ultimate goal is to do sea freight passion fruit into Europe and into the UK. That gives us an advantage because it's lower emissions. It's kind of better for the environment. Yes, I mean, agriculture, climate is kind of part of it. We see it every day. We kind of breathe it every day. And we just had the Hamatan, which was extremely hot. But it's all kind of part of managing that. But we've got an extremely good team of experienced farmers that are doing what they do best.
Thank you very much, Johnny.
Thanks, Amy.
How do we find you, lastly, if anybody wants to come by for visits, agrotourism, or even discuss partnership or investment with you? Website, social media, how do we find you?
Sure, I mean, you can find me on LinkedIn, you can connect to me on LinkedIn, or you can find us at sonoglobal.com, or you can pop us an email at fresh@sonointernational.com.
All right. Thank you very much. May I say?
Thank you.
Akpe, Sir Johnny. Your manager is not doing well. He should teach you how to speak. Anyway,
what should I say? What do I say?
You also say Akpe.
Akpe. Okay.
So, Akpe Johnny.
Akpe.
Uh-huh.
Will work?
So, Johnny says Akpe. Thank you very much. I believe this has been eye-opening. This has been very enlightening, very insightful. If this is your first time hearing the word Sono, they are one of the biggest commercial farms here in Ghana, precisely in the eastern region on the Asamankasi stretch. Just get into town and ask for Pinora or Sono. They will bring you right here to discuss partnership, to discuss knowledge transfer, to discuss anything that is business related. They are open for it. My name is Anyam, always, but call me the Ghanaian farmer or Ghana's finest farmer anytime you see me in town. I'll see you some other time, but until then, it's a bye for now. Thank you very much, John.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.